freaks to the metal hand of God. Metal hand of God. I'd like to welcome all you freaks to the metal hand of God. We some nerds with the urge to purge on some ride. Show them the dick print and hit them with the ride. The love doctor tell you how to get the Ichabod. Crane, Adam Rowe, Kyra Wayne. How do they maintain when they clinically insane? We keep it so metal that we speaking your refrain. Adam Story's got a point if you let him explain. It's the pun of all puns, get a plan with Papa Wayne. Rum tapping the vein, and I'm minutes bringing pain. MHOG secreting, leaving a stain. You ain't as dope as us, bitch. Stay in your lane. Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Oh yeah!
We're live and we're back! Hey, it's the FYFcast. I'm the rum guy, and not with me at all, and completely on the other side of the frickin' states is...
I'm Wayne.
Yeah, and I'm Adam.
Alright! We just did a backwards weird flip shit back on you now. I never do the intro. Woohoo!
Yeah, I know. That was just kind of one of those things that we decided to do last second.
And they're all excited about it!
Can you hear it?
Can you dig it? Can you smell?
What the rum is cooking? No, we can't. I can smell what the rum is on.
It was pot roast.
I hope Rum is going to keep up that energy level for the whole show because I'm sick, so I'm going to be low energy.
Yeah.
I'm all for it!
All the entertainment value will come from the Rum guy for the next 59 minutes.
Yes, I agree. Rum guy.
Wow! All of a sudden, what is going on? I got picture in picture.
It almost, you know what that was right there? That was Adam getting ready to show us his cock, and then he just disappeared.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
Anyway.
Anywho.
So,
Yes.
gentlemen,
Yes.
start us off with something amazing.
Allan Thicke's dead.
Allan Thicke is dead!
Yes. That's pretty, you know, he will, at least he doesn't have any more growing pains.
That's... Yeah,
Don't shake your head. Don't shake your head.
No.
that's too
No.
soon.
That was, first of all, it would have been okay if Rum had said it, but it's not okay.
Why? Why is it always okay if Rum says something
Because
really fucking
Rum
ridiculous
has
and
special
stupid?
powers, and you don't.
But, you know, he had a pretty long career.
He did. 69 years.
Was it 69 or 59?
No, he was 69. So he probably was. He probably was acting
wasn't doing
for.
anything when he was an embryo.
Yeah, he was probably acting for about 59. You're probably right. Probably 50.
No, but I thought he was 59 when he died.
No, he was 69. That's what, I read it just a few minutes ago. Yeah.
I was gonna say I saw the 59-2 thing on a Facebook post, but I also saw 69. So he wasn't old enough to die.
Correct.
But apparently he was old enough to eat pussy.
Yeah.
69, dude.
Wow.
And he was honored, very honored in life to work with an actor whose character name was Boner.
Yes.
And he's actually with Boner.
Who also hung himself because he was suffering from depression.
Way to bring the podcast down, Wayne.
His name was Boner.
Well, it's true. You just said he's with Boner right now. So I was like, well, he fucking hung himself.
I wasn't like, yeah, so he fucking hung himself from the ceiling, you know, so that his dad, who was Ensign Chekhov, could find him.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, who also is he's not dead, though.
No,
His dad's Chekhov?
Yeah, his dad, Boner's dad was Chekhov, and the new Chekhov is dead.
Yeah, the new Chekhov's dead?
Yeah,
he died.
he died.
He died before the movie came out.
Yeah, he
Chekhov.
the young kid.
Oh, the redheaded. Yeah, why the fuck's he dead?
He accidentally got crushed by his own car.
Well, that was stupid. What was he doing trying to pick his car up?
No, it was nothing like that. It was a faulty something or other to deal with one of these vehicles, and it was like a recall.
Fuck you, Toyota.
And he didn't know it was a recall, and he got out of his car, put his emergency brake on, got out of his car, and the car backed over him and smashed him against the house.
No, see, I've had cars back over me, and I haven't died. Fucking pussy.
What?
Can we just move on? This is fucking depressing. Like
Hey,
how is it depressing when you have Rum going, yeah, wow, yeah? It's not depressing. It's exciting.
Well, that's big news. I didn't know this. I didn't know
we just had Rum call a 23-year-old guy a pussy for dying when he got hit by a car.
No, his car.
His own car, yes.
That's just stupid.
Any car. He got run
crushed
over by a car. Okay.
Well, any car, that'd be different. If someone hit him with a car, that's sad. But it's your own car.
How are we not the most offensive podcast on the planet?
I really don't know.
There's some show called Legion of Skanks, which is there's a famous guy who's one of the, or not famous but semi-famous comedian who has it, and they call themselves the most offensive podcast on the planet. And I'd just like to say that we definitely are worse than anyone else out there.
The gauntlet is thrown, motherfuckers. Bring it.
I've yet to listen to their show, but I'm sure we're more offensive.
I mean, come on, dude. We've talked about
But see, we're offensive in a cuddly way. We're the type of offensive that people go, but I still want to hug you.
Are people hugging you?
Yeah, I got people hugging me all the time. What's wrong with you? Maybe that's the problem. You need a hug. Wayne, go over there.
Maybe I do.
All right.
Maybe I need a rum hug.
I'm too far away, and I don't do hugs well.
That's
maybe
true.
If you come to visit us every once in a while.
Well, last time I was there, you told me not to come back.
Bullshit. I know you're fucking all ready to go on your cruise in a month.
Yep. Yeah, that's about 30 days.
You got time for that? You still have time.
Well, I need time to reflect.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen you in over a year.
Yeah,
we haven't seen you in a year and a half.
Rum's like the guy that's like, he does this. He's like, yeah, I'm going to do stuff. I'm going to hang out. We're going to do, and then he never shows up. He's that dude. He's the goose who promises to bring the beer and never shows the beer. He's trying to click on so you see him. Like, hey, look, there he is.
My camera keeps freezing. So anyway, Allan Thicke's dead. Chekhov's son's dead. What's something good?
Well, I wasn't going to talk about anything good, but speaking of other podcasts,
yeah.
I don't like to compare us to other shows. I don't see the point in it. I don't begrudge anyone's success, but sometimes I get kind of pissed. Like I looked at, I've done this a couple times in the last month or two. I've been looking at the top comedy podcasts list, like the top 20. And it used to be like a fairly decent list and things I could understand. At one point Adam Carolla was number one for quite a couple of years, and now he's like number 20. Joe Rogan's still up there, but like looking at the list, it's fucking like depressing. Like the state of comedy podcasts, like the number one comedy podcast is actually a podcast. I'm going to listen to it this week, but it's about like serial killers.
Really?
Which I guess can be funny. Yeah.
Is it a skit comedy?
I don't know, Rum. I haven't listened to it. I'm just saying.
I think I know which one you're talking about, and I'm pretty sure it's a skit comedy serial killer podcast.
Okay, I don't even know what that would mean, but like number 7 is the anti-slut shaming podcast.
Okay.
Which is one of the least funny things I've ever heard in my life. I've not listened to the show, and I don't believe I will ever try something called the anti-slut shaming podcast. Now, Paul Underwood actually told me the thing with them is they actually got into a fight with Legion of Skanks, and that's how they got their boost. But I don't know. It's just weird. Like Bill Burr is like number 9. Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Falls under the anti-slut shaming podcast.
That's pretty horrible.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the state of it's insane, and I'm just, I don't. I appreciate everyone that listens to this show, and I understand that. Like, I don't expect us to be in the top 20 because we don't have the money to really or the exposure at the very least to get us that high. But and I'll say this in advance, this show has problems. I know what those problems are. There's things that need to be fixed. But as far as content, it's a very fucking entertaining show more often than not.
Sure.
And it's actually far more entertaining than a lot of the fucking quote-unquote comedy podcasts I've listened to and tried. It's just like, I don't expect to be in the top 20, but when I'm looking at the top 20 and it's just...
And it looks like it should be the bottom 1,000.
Yeah. You know, well, maybe not. I don't know. I mean, I haven't listened to all of them, so I can't judge, but I'm just saying, like, when Bill Burr's number 9, you know, I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what?
That'd be like a Newt Gingrich comedy podcast being number 4. I mean, it's just that ridiculous.
Yeah, you know, I'm just, it's just frustrating. You know, we're over 300 episodes. We'll be at 400, somewhere around the middle of 2017. And it's just like, Jesus Christ, what do you have to do?
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
400. Wow, guys.
We will be at 400 before Rum comes to see us.
Rum actually has to be here for 400. I'm not even.
Well, just don't do it on over probably Halloween.
Over some day that Rum has vacation already formed with other people.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
Well, if you would tell us these days, we would be able to figure it out.
Wayne's getting married on Halloween, so
yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, so I mean, that's why we can't do that. Yeah, I already got my time in on the calendar for that. But I don't know the day. I just circled October. I don't know the day.
Well, then come stay here for the month of October.
Yes, the entire month.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let me tell you why I'm really considering it. I told you all earlier before we got on the show how I had posted earlier today about I was aggravated.
Yes, you were. You were pissed off today.
It was just from the time I fucking got there this morning until, all right. And I'm sure that I know this just isn't me that this happens to. And I like to think that when you go to work, 1 second, okay, it's just Nicola. When you go to work, you tend to do you tend to do your job the best you can. At least most of us do. You know what I mean?
Of course.
But you always find people that you work with that do everything in their fucking power to not. Even though it seems to be harder to find reasons why not to do something than to just do it.
Right.
I'm going to give you my example. This is something I've been dealing with at work. There's a guy I work with. What the fuck? Sorry. Funny enough, that was work, but I ain't going to go because I'm pissed off. This guy has been working in an apartment. Now, I can turn an apartment where I work. It's paint, plumbing, everything. I can turn that apartment in 48 hours.
Okay. Now,
I've been doing it a while. You know, I know what I'm doing. I get in there. I can paint the entire place. I can do all of this stuff 48 hours. It's not even 48 hours. I'm going to call it 2 days. So 2 working days. So total of 16 hours, I can be done with that apartment.
Nice.
Okay. He has been in an apartment for 7 days. He has not done anything else. Now, we're required to do other work orders. Things come up during the day. You know, you have to do other stuff. Sometimes you got to get pulled off that job and go do something else.
Correct.
He has been invisible for about a week. So my immediate supervisor goes, you know, how is apartment 108? I said, Craig, I couldn't tell you. I haven't worked on that apartment. He was like, oh, okay. Well, who's in it? And I told him who was in it. He was like, oh, okay. Well, wasn't he working on that Monday? I said, yeah. He was working on that Thursday last week, too. I said, yeah. He said, well, it's got to be done. I'm going to order the carpet. I was like, okay, go ahead and order the carpet. So he orders the carpet, orders the vinyl. Guys show up. We haven't had a chance to get over here to look at it. It looks like the work site threw up in there. He's got a radio in there. He's got cans of Coke sitting around. He's got a lounge chair. He's got the walls all, you know, still half of them haven't been painted.
Nice.
And all he gets out of that is, man, you got to do better than this. Really? I was so pissed off. I was just so aggravated because if I did that, I would be my ass. You know what I mean?
Right. I completely understand what you're saying. Like, this guy's getting better treatment over than what you would possibly get. Correct?
It sounds like the shitty working class version
of.
What'd you say? Adam?
I was letting Ron finish.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, go ahead. I was like, go ahead. Shitty work
No,
class.
I just it sounds like the shitty working class version of The Secret of My Success.
Yeah.
Like the guy
Kinda.
just like set up an office and like got naked and listened to the radio for 7 days just to see how long it would take before someone would notice.
That's what. But this is what this guy does repeatedly. And I'm like, when he got hired, they asked me, "What do you think of this guy?" I had worked with him in the past. I said, this guy. I said, he's very charismatic dude. People like him. You know, he talks up with people. But see, he's hanging out at the nurse's station. He's hanging out in residence apartment talking with them, being extremely nice. If you want to do that, be a fucking greeter. Be a concierge. You're not the maintenance guy. You know, you've got work to do. This needs done. You can't just show up, get paid, and expect everybody else to do the job for you. Then at like toward an hour and a half before the end of the day, he comes up and is like, "Is there any work orders that need done?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've been here since 3:30 in the morning. They're all done, motherfucker." It's like, son of a bitch.
Here's the thing I don't understand about you, Rum. You're one of the more capable people I've ever known in my life. Like you can pretty much do. I mean, I wouldn't expect you to be a computer programmer, but
No.
I just don't understand why you like. I don't, and we're not discussing how much you make or anything like that on the show, but I just don't understand how much like why you would have the kind of job you have where you don't know when you're going to be going to work and all. It just like if I was as accomplished at you or as good at doing the type of things that you're doing, there's no way I'd be working a job like that. It wouldn't, never in a million years. I don't know. I always find it odd. Like you're working the kind of job that I feel like someone like me would get stuck in.
Well, it's a good job. Don't get me wrong. I took this job because it is I'm a blue collar guy. Always have been a blue collar guy. We've owned businesses what you would consider kind of thinking white collar, but it's just a blue collar guy who owns a business. But I like the job because of I don't know how to put it without sounding stupid. I like helping people. I know it sounds weird coming from me, but I do. I like helping people, and I had the opportunity to do what I do and use what I know to help people out. I thought, oh, that's a great gig. Not too bad. The money's not bad. The money's not bad at all. Hey, it's paying the bills. I'm able to go on vacation. I do have some flexibility in my schedule, which is okay. Some flexibility in my schedule. When the machine is working perfectly, it's a great job because there is no, hey, this guy is getting called in all the time for no apparent reason, But with working with a guy like this, and then we've got two part-timers that are about as bad, my questioning is more of why the fuck were they hired? We had a good thing going, and then they hired it, and then the other guy left because he got aggravated. He's like, I got to go. I can't deal with this. I was like, well, I understand. I said, I'm about there, but at this point right now, for me to pick up and leave, I mean, where do you go? What do you do? I mean, I sure the fuck don't want to do my own maintenance business of any type, any type of like construction, any type of, I mean, I do that enough as it is, but I don't want the hassle of doing it myself. And spend my money to get it done. Fuck that. That type of stuff's expensive. But I'm all for spending other people's money to get it done. That's pretty much it.
Right on. I don't know. Like you getting called in all the time. Like we never really know where you're going to be, and not that it matters. Not that part matters, but and then to me, like I go to work early enough. Like my goal in life is to have a job where I don't have to go to work till 10.
Yeah, that'd be great.
You could have what the market downtown where Amy works. People don't go to work till 10.
There you go.
See, that's a great gig. Right? 10 o'clock. Yeah. See, I'm at work at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. That blows ass. But I tell you what,
wow.
Really very little traffic.
Right.
So, and it's really
well.
weird
I'd like to go visit y'all sometime.
Yeah. I need to come back down there though. I do.
Well, I mean, by the time this episode gets posted, it'll be well after. But tomorrow I'm going to the opening night of Star Wars Rogue One.
Ooh, you looking forward to it?
I'm looking forward to the movie, but
I'm going
I
as
really
well.
hate seeing movies on opening night. I'm really hoping there's no like dickheads around me.
What time are you going?
I have a 9 p.m. showing.
Okay.
I'm not going to the same theater as you.
Which one are you going to?
I'm going to the one by the Esplanade Mall.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the one I tried to go to that one, but it was all sold out.
No,
Yeah,
it
you
wasn't.
bought all the tickets.
Yeah.
No,
The-
it wasn't.
well,
'Cause I
no.
got mine after yours. You told me that.
Yeah, but what tickets did you get? We were going for a 3D movie. That's why.
I don't pay for 3D. It's
Yeah.
there's 3D is pointless. I mean, it's. I'm not telling you not to do that, but 3D is shit. I don't pay for 3D movies. IMAX I'll pay for, but 3D no, it's worthless. But yeah, the good thing about the theater I'm going to is it's got reclining seats, so even if it's a packed house, I should be fine. Usually, if you're reclined, you can't see if some asshole picks up their cell phone, and because of the spacing of the seats, like you don't have to worry about somebody kicking the back of your chair, which are usually the things. I mean, the only other thing that could happen is some assholes talking the whole time. But
We've got a nice theater with reclining seats, but it's stadium side seating. So even if you're behind somebody, you're up above them about 12 inches.
That's cool.
So that's kind of cool. Gives you some extra headroom.
so that's what 6 inches shorter than your dick.
So
God, that went nowhere. All right, fuck you.
I was like, what? What?
I was trying to give you a
I
compliment.
don't.
I was telling you, whatever. 14 and a half. Whatever.
14. Yeah, let's get it right. No, that's cool though. Rogue One. I've been hearing good things about it. The cast is weird. The only thing I don't like about the cast
Forrest Whitaker.
is what's his name? The fucking slow eye guy.
Forrest Whitaker. That's what Adam.
Yes.
That's what Adam said, but he broke up, so it just kind of went.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Yeah. It was,
Sorry.
Yeah, I
Fuck
don't like
this
Forrest
thing.
Whitaker.
I like Forrest Whitaker. I just think he kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. And that.
Well, he always has that same look on his face. he does his Black
he
Duchovny.
sticks out with that cross eye.
I don't know what it is. I think part of it is that none of the other actors are recognizable. They're all like unique people, and it's like so you're watching all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's Forrest Whitaker.
Yep.
Okay, all right, I guess.
Like Grizzly Adams and like Wookiee fur.
So I'm sure he's fine. I mean, I like Forrest Whitaker as an actor.
I think he's correct.
It's weird seeing Ghost Dog in a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's like what's his name was in fucking was it the last Predator movie? Morpheus. Yeah, that was a really
Lawrence
weird.
Fishburne.
Yeah, that was a really weird segment where he comes running out of the woods from nowhere, and then he's like breathing heavy, and he's really fat, and I'm going, Morpheus, what the fuck happened to you? What part of the Matrix did you find? The beef section? It's like, god damn, he found the cakes, guys. Neo, the cakes are here.
Cake Matrix.
We were talking about that a couple of episodes ago because I was talking about how, like, whenever I see Tyler Perry in a movie, it seems like he was kind of photoshopped in.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
that's like, And there's another good example of it is I haven't seen the whole movie, but about a year ago I decided, let me watch the first G.I. Joe movie because I own the second one. I like this. Well, to some degree or another, I like the second one, but I'd never seen the first one because it looked like shit. But I was like, let me sit there and watch it for a minute. And
It's
I'm watching, huh?
I said it's it's an okay but not that great movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's more or less how I felt watching most of it. I was like, this isn't very good, but I guess, whatever.
Yeah.
And then at some point, they go to the G.I. Joe headquarters,
Yeah.
and fucking Brendan Fraser is in there.
Right. And he's like, hey, here I am. I'm Falcon
was just
or
like-
something.
Wait, what?
He was playing Falcon, I think. Or
No.
yeah,
No, they gave him a different. They gave him a new name.
Oh,
He
they
wasn't
did?
Falcon.
He was only in there briefly too.
Yeah, because I thought he was playing a character that was going to be reoccurring, and it just
No, it was just a cameo. But the reason I'm sure he's like a G.I. Joe fan, and Steven Sommers directed The Mummy
right.
and The Mummy too, so I'm sure that's all it was. But I just remember watching the movie, and then he pops up, and I was just like, "What
Holy-
the fuck just happened?"
Encino
And I was
Man.
like, you know what? Why am I watching this movie? And it literally, Brendan Fraser's the reason I turned off G.I. Joe.
That's funny.
And I like Brendan Fraser. I don't have a problem with him. It's just like whenever there's certain, and that's how I feel about like Stan Lee in the Marvel movies at this point. Is like there's sometimes when you put somebody in a movie where they don't belong, it just halts the fucking movie.
Yeah, it throws it out. Throws it out of whack.
Yeah.
No, I think when it came to the G.I. Joe movie, especially when to the point where it was a campy the campy attack scene with the jeep the convoy getting ambushed.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of campy. But when they went to the and the battle scene in the G.I. Joe base, at one point in time, especially every time I saw what's the white
Storm Shadow.
Storm Shadow on the White Ninja, is that Storm Shadow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I see that guy, for some reason, he reminds me, and maybe because maybe he was, I don't remember. The guy that plays him looks a lot like the kid that was in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, not the last one, or not the new ones.
They don't look remotely alike.
No, when he was a young kid. I'm talking the older Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
He would
about.
have been.
They're not even the same race, Rome.
Yeah, they're both. Yes, they are.
They're both Asian.
Yeah,
Yes, they are.
they're both from the same continent. They're not the same race, Rome.
What are you talking about?
I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his
What's
name right now, but I think he's Filipino. Like that
No,
kid.
that kid isn't Filipino.
Oh, what the fuck is his name? Let me Google it.
He did the pizza delivery. Wasn't he working at the pizza
I
shop?
know exactly who you're talking about, Ron. He's been in many movies. He was in.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was Storm Shadow.
He was in that movie
was the
with
guy who
Rob
plays
Schneider, where they had
Shadow.
superpowers.
Rob Schneider with superpowers. The
Yeah,
fuck
one had
movie?
like a Game Boy, and
What the?
Animalistic or animal something?
this movie because he's watched all these like. Hold on, let me pull up the fucking guy.
I swear it's the same. Anyway, to me they look alike. So every time I saw him in the movie, I'm thinking the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are going to bust in any second, which would have really taken the movie to a different level. I thought, wow, that would be cool because then the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are coming in. They got fucking Cobra.
And then if they added and then if they did the Transformers crossover too, that'd have been even better, right?
That'd be great. All the military
Ernie
vehicles.
Reyes Jr. is the guy's name. Let's see. Does it say what race?
Sammy Davis?
Yes.
But his last name's Reyes. I'm 90% certain he's Filipino.
Sammy Reyes Jr. That's like Sammy Davis Jr.
No, Ernie Reyes Jr.
I don't think he's Filipino.
I didn't say that. Rum said it, asshole.
I thought maybe he was Vietnamese. Maybe.
Let's see. What was the name of the movie I'm trying to think of with the weird Surf Ninjas? That was the name
Surf Ninjas. Yeah, because that's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle like.
Wait a minute.
It's not.
Surf Ninjas was with Rob Schneider.
That's ninjas. And there was Cowabunga. So there you go.
Rob
It's a collation.
Schneider, Ernie Reyes Jr. and I don't know who else is in this movie.
But anyway, how amazing would that be if the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles would have bust in on G.I. Joe and they'd been fighting and been like, dude, and it'd been awesome.
I'm down with that.
No.
Yeah. I think what we need to do is somehow make movie mashups. Be like, this movie, we could talk about this movie and then go, this movie would be so much better if it was like this. And then do the Scooby-Doo, diddle-doo, 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 and then all of a sudden that scene plays again, but with something interesting.
That was technically the Wayne's World version of the Scooby-Doo, by the way.
Whatever.
So it was another part of the mashup, right?
That is another part of the mashup.
There you go.
See, that's
Is
just
the grandson of Filipino immigrants.
Well, he can have a Filipino grandparents.
Don't tell me about my people.
The dude is obviously Vietnamese.
He is a brother.
He is. Who? You're not Filipino.
I fucking hate you.
I didn't know you were Filipino.
I
Thought you were Italian.
He's both.
You got to pick one, man. This is a world of labels. You need one.
I'm gonna have someplace else to stay in New Orleans when you come here.
I didn't know that. Wow.
This fucking cocksucker.
I thought you were tan. I thought you were American Samoan.
I knew he was Filipino.
You could sense
But
a relative, right?
Doesn't he look more Vietnamese or Chinese than Filipino? I mean, if you're Filipino, allegedly, then you don't look anything like him.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
I'm just saying. I mean, that's not a bad thing. Because he's kind of a
The
slight.
guy who played Storm Shadow, Lee Byung-hun,
Yes,
is Korean. He's South Korean.
Well, okay, he's definitely not Filipino.
He definitely
Well, that's what we
doesn't
said.
He definitely doesn't fucking look like Ernie Reyes Jr.
Yeah, he does. Maybe it was just
He looks just like Sammy Davis Jr.
Maybe because he had work done. Maybe he was like he pulled up a picture of him and goes I want to look like him. And
Look,
they
I
did that.
know we live in America where people only give a shit if you're racist towards black people, but you racist against Asians, fuck.
I'm not racist against Asians.
You just said they all look alike.
I did not say they all look alike.
Yes, you
They
did.
all look alike, Rum.
You did,
I
Rum.
said you don't look like him, and you're both Filipino. Which that's not a bad thing. Hey,
But hold on. He's not technically full Filipino though. The other
True.
guy is.
oh, he is.
Yeah.
So you say.
And then the other guy is Korean.
I bet you the guy, the Reyes Jr. is probably got some Welsh in there somewhere.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe some Spanish.
No.
No, well, the name itself sounds Spanish. Can't argue that.
Yeah, I can't argue that one. Reyes does sound like a Spanish name.
That's because it is a Spanish name.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
Well, then he must be Spanish too.
He's Spanish. He's not Filipino.
The Philippines were invaded by the Spaniards
It's
Yeah, but I mean,
a long time ago.
it's just like this is going to be extremely racist, but it's just like when
it already is.
the free slaves took the masters' names.
See,
last
it is
names.
racist because you're talking about black people. But when Ron was talking about Asian people,
But it was okay, right? Yeah. No.
okay to be
It was racist on both ends. I'm just saying that it's going to sound like even worse.
Both ends before. I know the feeling.
I bet you do.
But here's the thing. I mean, how is that racist against people of Asian descent, or racist against? I mean, subsex. All you're looking is subsex of one culture, basically. You really are. Just like you can't look at it's like, oh, he's a white person. It's like, well, no, he's not a white person. He's German. Oh no, he's not a white person. He's British. Oh no, he's not a white person. He's this. Same fucking thing.
You know what? I'm glad Joey sat in that apartment for 8 days straight. I'm on Team Joey.
Whoa.
Yeah. Now he's like, go get your own work done,
But
bitch.
you know, it doesn't make any damn sense. This whole fucking racist thing. It was like, it's like, okay, you're black. It was like, well, I'm not black. I'm okay. You're not African American now either. Was I'm Nigerian. I'm Ethiopian. What? If we're just going off topical here, I'm white. You're black. You're not. You're Asian. You're something else. You're whatever. That's what it is. It ain't supposed to be.
There's a lot of people in that room.
I think so.
It's not. It's not meant to be a bad thing. It's just what it is. It's like, okay, so you're this. I was like, okay, now break yourself down if you want to. That's fine. Go for it. But I'm just saying. Just saying. You two don't look anything alike. Full circle.
Well, they're not related. Are you trying to say that all Asian people are related, motherfucker?
No.
Are you trying to say all black people are related?
Are you trying to say all white people are related?
No, I didn't say any of that. You did.
You're alluding to it.
No, I'm not, because we know white people are all related.
I think I figured out why we're not in the top 20 comedy podcast. In other news, did either of y'all see the Fast 8 trailer?
I did.
The Fate of the Furious?
I did.
In space.
Rob, did you see it?
No.
That's not surprising.
It was pretty cool.
I ended up watching like 10 minutes of the they did this huge premiere, and I guess it ended up being like the most watched trailer of all time, but they spent easily, I'm sure, $2 million because they basically rented out all of Times Square.
Wow.
And the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer, like a week prior, was like the second most downloaded trailer of all time. And they didn't spend any money. They just put the fucking trailer out. So it's, I don't know. I just thought it was kind of funny.
But what's the premise of this movie?
Vin Diesel's back. They're going to go race some cars and blow some shit up.
Yeah.
So basically in this movie, Vin Diesel's character, Dominic Toretto, betrays them and goes on the run with Charlize Theron. To be a super criminal. And so, spoilers. Jason Statham teams up with The Rock to hunt him down.
Ooh, yeah.
At some point, there's a submarine. I feel like I watched the trailer and I was like, I know I'm supposed to like this. I'm supposed to be like jizzing myself right now, but this doesn't look all that good.
Because ain't no Paul Walker, bro.
Sitting in the room going, what haven't we done yet? Well, we need to put cars on submarines.
A submarine.
That's you joking. That's exactly what's going on. They ran out like they made it so over the top. They kept having to like top themselves, and eventually they just reached a point where it's just like I don't know, like I don't know, like it's going
to get to the point where they're going to be they're going to be down in Antarctica. They're going to find the secret Nazi base. There's going to be frozen Nazi super soldiers down there.
Don't forget the Ark of the Covenant.
To be the next thing is they're going to have to develop superpowers. I don't know.
They're going to have the Ark of Covenant and all this other stuff's going to pull out and
they found a flux capacitor. They're going to stick it in, go back in time.
They're going to bring back Paul Walker.
Paul Walker coming back. That's it.
Oh.
So the name, The Fate of the Furious, is terrible.
Yeah, it is. That's crap.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Considering like the content of the last couple of movies, I was thinking they should have called it Fast and the Bi-Curious. I think that would have been.
Well, why not just keep it Fast and the Furious 8 with sub underneath it, like the blank of the blank or whatever?
Well, because they always every movie's had like a weird
title.
Like like the first one was The Fast and the Furious. The second one was Too Fast, Too Furious. The third one had a weak name.
That was Tokyo Drift, huh?
Yeah, it was Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. The fourth one also had a weak name where they just went Fast and Furious. But then it was like Fast 5, Furious 6, or no.
Yeah.
Fast and the Furious 6.
And then Furious 7.
Furious 7, which was supposed to be like Magnificent 7 kind of. And
then
so
this one is
Fate and the Furious.
The Fate and the Furious.
What a bit like Fat... I don't know.
They should let them overeat.
Incorporate water in a submarine title.
They should let them all overeat and like be the Fat and the Furious.
Well, actually, I thought of that. That Ralphie May should be in the ninth one. They call it the Fast and the Furious.
That would be awesome.
No, Fate of the Furious sounds like a shitty Jackie Chan movie.
Yeah,
it sounds like the next installment of Final Fantasy,
or like a really bad sci-fi film.
So we've got it on submarines. Now we have to do the one in space, where they
fight Sharknadoes.
The Space of the Furious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got to fight Sharknadoes somewhere. Like we ought to have the Fast and the Furious tie-in to Sharknado. That would be incredible.
Oh no! You know what they should actually do? You know how like at one point they were saying that 21 Jump Street was going to cross over with Men in Black,
which it is.
I think they canceled that.
Really? I thought they started filming it.
I'd love to see it happen, but I think they.
Why would they do that?
Because it sounds fucking incredible.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Sounds retarded.
No, it's awesome.
That's stupid.
You have no joy, Rom.
God.
I said Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles G.I. Joe. That's pretty damn joyous.
Since they're not doing that, they should cross over 21 Jump Street with Fast and the Furious.
No, that would make more sense.
That would be good.
Oh, speaking of like weird Ninja Turtle crossovers, did y'all see that video that I posted?
I don't think so.
There's a video.
The one of the fat dude dancing?
No. Oh, no, that's Governor Chris Christie.
Oh, is it really? God damn.
That's who that is. No. Yeah, last night I posted a video of Allan Thicke. There's a fucking So during the Christmas parade, I think it was 1989, when the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were getting super popular because of the cartoon. Apparently, Disney hired Allan Thicke to jump out of the Turtle-mobile with 4 guys dressed as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to sing, I think it was Jingle Bells.
That sounds right.
Well, that is the greatest crossover ever. Rum, yours sucks compared to this.
It takes place on Main Street in the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, I remember this. Yeah, I remember that on TV.
It's pretty fucked up. Like it's like there's no way to watch that without feeling like you're.
Well, you know, he had an album out. He had a singing career, much like his son.
Yeah. Oh, he sang the song from Growing Pains is him.
Yeah.
He wrote it. He sang it. He there's a couple of theme songs that are famous that he wrote.
Wait, I thought that was B.J. Thomas sang that.
I don't think so.
Pretty sure that was B.J. Thomas.
No, that was him.
I gotta find out now.
I don't think did that one. He also did. What's the fucking with Arnold Drummond?
Different Strokes.
Different Strokes. He did that as well. Yeah, he did that.
Song was performed by B.J. Thomas.
Well, if that's true, then Allan Thicke wrote it.
He did write it.
He also wrote the Facts of Life theme.
No, John Bettis wrote it.
What?
John Bettis wrote it, and Steve Dorff did the musical arrangements, and it was performed by B.J. Thomas.
Who's Steve Dorff?
He's a famous composer.
Is he related to John Dorff?
No, but he's related to Dorff.
Oh, the guy who plays golf?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Who was that guy again?
Tim Conway did.
Tim Conway, that's who it was, yeah. I can never remember his name. I can always remember Harvey Korman, but never him. I don't know why. Because Tim Conway's still alive, isn't he?
Speaking of, yeah, he's
got to be in his 90s, but I think he's still alive.
He's pretty old. Speaking of Harvey's, they just did that thing live on TV, that redo of Hair, you know, the musical.
Yeah.
That's the first time I had seen Harvey Fierstein in that long, and he was the most mannish drag queen I've ever seen in my life. It looked awful.
That sounds horrible.
It was absolutely gross.
I always feel bad, but I cannot stand Harvey Fierstein because his voice is like nails on a chalkboard to me.
Oh my god! Yeah, I know.
That guy? Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, but very, very, very sad. About Allan Thicke.
As the chimes go off, very, very sad.
Yeah, but yeah, fun fact. That's cool. Anyway, he did. But he was. He did make an album though. Allan Thicke. He had a lot of songs and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure he sang on another TV show that theme for that show, but I can't remember what theme.
I'm sure he did a bunch of them.
No, it wasn't Small Wonder. I can't remember. It was something like that.
Small Wonder. I don't even remember what the fuck that is.
Small Wonder was about a little. Wasn't that the little robot girl?
Yeah. It only lasted one season. It was like an Alf type show, but instead of Alf, it was a android child.
Wow, I don't recall that at all.
Hey, like I said, it was only one season, but
it should have lasted at least 9. It was amazing.
Anyway, yeah, you know it's weird too. I was talking to the guys in the other podcast that I'm doing now, and so I went to show them that video of Allan Thicke, you know, with the Ninja Turtles, mostly because it's in Magic Kingdom. Mm-hmm. And they were like, yeah, I guess, like, I don't, like I know that there's a guy who exists named Allan Thicke, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, like, and I get it, like, Allan Thicke's mostly famous from Growing Pains, but, like, for us, he's such a, like, staple, you know, like,
right.
he's sort of timeless, you know, but for them, it's just like, no, I didn't grow up with that show, because kids we don't consume TV shows and culture the same way that we did when we were kids. So like they wouldn't have, because like when we were kids there were 4 channels, you know, so like reruns were constant. They didn't have that many TV shows, you know. Like you'd be watching on Sundays, they'd have the shows from the 1950s playing all day long, you know. But now they don't grow up with that shit anymore. They don't grow up the way we did.
No, because most shows are not. What you call it? They don't really have. I don't know if they have really like an audience like that anymore.
What are you talking about? Syndication?
Yeah. Like most of the shows that are out there now,
still happen. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure that still happens because there's a number out there. Like you have to reach. I want to say it's like 75 episodes or whatever in order to be considered for syndication. But man, I mean, it would make sense if that's changing now. Now that again, people consume their stuff differently. But there's still, you know, if you go on TNT, you can still watch fucking what's that show? Charmed or some shit like that. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. They were talking about doing a reboot, not a reboot, but you know how they're doing with some of these shows on Netflix. Like, what did they just do?
Yeah, they did Gilmore Girls. They did that extended season, like to finish it off.
Thing. They wanted to do that an extended thing to finish off Charmed a little bit better and bring back Shannon Doty.
I don't see that happening. She's dealing with breast cancer.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. So that got thrown out.
They all hate her.
I bet you that broke your heart, man, because I know that's probably one on your.
Rob, are you a big
list.
Charmed fan?
You know what? I can't say. I mean, I watched when it first came on. I probably watched the first 2 seasons of it just because it was on, and you know nothing else was. I wasn't like really super uber into it, but as soon as the holy grimoire of paranormal shows came on, I started watching that and everything else, you know, which was Buffy.
Well, I figured that out.
Buffy came on before
that.
Charmed, yeah.
Did it?
Oh yeah, dude.
Absolutely. Buffy was one of the first WB shows.
I think Buffy was on probably 2 seasons before Charmed even came on.
Probably. At least.
Well, maybe I just didn't catch it at the same time then.
I mean, I watched Buffy up until it got depressing, but as far as Charmed, like I've seen more than a few episodes, but like it's almost the kind of show that I would like. But the deal with that is like there's this weird like Venn diagram of like cheesy bad, you know, like there's cheesy and there's bad, and they have to cross over in like a certain way. And like Charmed was both bad and cheesy, but not in an entertaining way. Like it's almost, but I think it just takes itself too seriously. Mm-hmm. And when you watch it, you're just like, this is just it's not even like funny or entertaining. It's just really, really badly written.
And kind of on top of that, man, you can honestly tell that those women don't like each other. Like even in the acting on the show, that it really seemed fake. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, I know it was a show and they were just bullshitting around, but it's still it proves itself.
Well, I mean, it lasted something like 7 or 8 seasons, so I mean, they must have got along at least kind of okay.
Well,
I mean,
I'm sure at the beginning
when
they were
Shannon
nice.
Doherty got out of hand, they told her to fuck off.
Yeah, once she left, I think it was okay.
Yeah, Buffy was on 1 season before Charmed started.
Yeah, see?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, it's, not a great show.
No.
But anyway. But yeah, no, there's definitely still syndication now that I think about it, because just the other day, I forget, it might be TNT, I'm not sure, but one of those channels is airing reruns of Mad About You.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. If I didn't...
I know that's one of your favorite shows, man.
That was... I don't know if I've ever talked about that on here, but my crush in high school was...
Paul Reiser?
Helen Hunt. No, I jerked off to him when he was in Beverly Hills Cop 2. But
nice. I knew it was somewhere in there. I knew it was somewhere.
I like my men to be young. You know, I don't
right.
He got older. And I didn't want to
and he had that weird hair, but that's cool. Okay, I understand.
He had the same hair, but I liked it because it was kind of pubic looking.
Yeah, and when you... Yeah, I got you. Totally.
So, no, my crush when I was in high school was Helen Hunt. And,
for sure.
A lot of it had to do with that show. And in fact, you know, I started rewatching it a couple of weeks ago. And I'm like, I get why I was into this. Like, I mean, number one, the show's actually still holds up. It's actually much better than Friends is. Like, towards the end of the show, they had like Mel Brooks was a recurring character. He played Paul Reiser's Uncle Phil.
Oh, nice.
And it's I might actually sit there and watch an episode later on tonight. With Mel Brooks, but no, I get like I like the way they were as a couple, you know, and that sort of like reminded me kind of what I think I would want out of a a marriage. But I was really, really into her, and I thought the show was funny, you know.
That's cool.
But I mean, it's not one of my favorite shows anymore, but it certainly ranks up there just for as far as history. I mean, I think News Radio is probably my favorite sitcom of all time.
Yeah, that was a very underrated TV show. News Radio.
News Radio. I thought. Oh, what about you, Wayne? What was one of your standout? Well, I remember when I met you, it was Lost.
Oh yeah, I love that show. But I mean, as a kid,
Yeah, growing up.
man, this I don't know, man.
I mean,
I watched.
You don't have to be a kid. Just been one of those shows in your life that you were like, other than Lost, since we've already established that you were like, well, I gotta watch the show.
Yeah, I mean, that was actually, I think Lost was actually the first show that I like kind of, I wanted to watch every week. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was the one show where I was like, fuck, I can't miss an episode.
I got you.
What a letdown.
Well, you know, I like the show, man. Sorry.
No, I mean,
Like the ending?
That was the first show that you were really into, and then
No. Like, I mean, that's the
it
one.
ended the way it ended.
Yeah. I mean, like, it was the first show that I can honestly say that I was like expecting the episode. You know what I mean? Like, I need to go watch this episode. Like, I was into a lot of shows. It's just that I could have missed one episode or whatnot and watched it some other time. But this is the one that I needed to be there every week to go watch. It's just, I was like that with The Walking Dead for a long time, but now that they have these inventions, you know, like DVRs and stuff, you don't have to do that shit.
They had DVRs when The Walking Dead started.
I know, but I never had one.
You just make it sound like it's newfangled technology. Now that they've invented this thing called DVR.
Well, that's why I was being silly about it, dude. Come on, man.
That's so funny.
But yeah, I mean,
now that we've invented these things called television sets, it's far easier to consume than a moving picture.
you know, I don't know. I don't really know what TV show other than, like you said, Lost was really. I mean, like I said, I loved a lot of shows, though, man. There was a lot of stuff that I really liked. I liked, you know, I watched Quantum Leap. I watched fucking. I did watch a lot of Star Trek Generations too. The Next Generation.
Yeah.
Did watch a lot of that.
I ended up, I just ended up watching a lot of repeat old shows. You know.
I know you were.
Like-
I know
like-
you're a
like
big
you
fan
said.
of like Buffy and stuff
Well,
like
that stuff came along a lot later. I mean, when I was younger, I mean, grew up in the middle of nowhere. I mean, I was so far up a fucking mountain we didn't have cable. I still had an antenna on my roof. Like everybody else around that I went to school was like, oh yeah, we're watching MTV. We're doing. I was like, fuck, I'm watching
Right.
Masterpiece Theater and reruns of Planet of the Apes.
Well,
Fuck.
we couldn't afford cable, so I was watching the same things you were.
I was
You
like,
know.
fuck. That's like I knew every fucking Masterpiece Theater thing. It's like, oh, what did you catch this? I could know, but I watched Sherlock Holmes and the Hounds of Baskerville.
We did watch a lot of MASH.
Not fucking MASH, God knows. MASH, Cheers.
Yeah, Cheers. I watched that a lot.
It's-
You know what
MASH,
show? You
yeah,
know what show I really liked as a kid? Heart to Heart.
Oh my God, Heart to Heart.
Really?
Yeah, as a child, I loved that show. Like, I would even stay up late because it would come on at like 10. You know, you had to be to bed to go to school, but I would stay up that extra hour just to watch it.
That's so awesome, dude. See, this is what people miss nowadays. Are these shows because the shows on today, they're fucking disposable. Great, the effects are better, sure, but a lot of them, it's very rare to find one of those shows. Because before there was a lot of shows you could just sit there and, I mean, daytime TV always sucks. It's the beginning of time, daytime TV.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
Oh, fucking, unless you want to watch Golden Girls and fucking Price is Right, forget about it. Ain't nothing on.
Forget about it.
I mean, I'm not talking about daytime TV. I'm saying I don't think shows are necessarily more disposable now than they were then.
It just seemed to be.
There's just more of them. Some
they're
of my
just
favorite
like-
shows are more recently. One of my favorite shows of all time came out in 2009. I want to say
What is it?
it was called Life.
Yeah,
It
you were
only
telling
lasted
me
2
about that. You were
seasons.
telling us
that's
about
about that redheaded guy.
Yeah, the guy who went on to do Homeland.
Yeah. That was good, but it ended. I liked that show too, but it just died.
Well, it never found an audience. They had to, like, the last 3 episodes they ended up having to like rush together an ending.
But I
But
mean,
at least there was an ending.
but again, not taking anything away from it because I enjoyed that show as well. But again, there was just another show that fell flat. Yeah, we liked it, but it fell flat.
It's still one of my favorite shows, though. Like, I mean, I can't speak for other people, but I'm just saying there's other shows.
Is it in syndication?
Look, I grew up with like I was obsessed with He-Man. I was obsessed with Transformers.
All this
I was
cartoon.
obsessed with I don't know, G.I. Joe, a few other cartoons, but the cartoons that I watch these days blow them well out of the water.
Really, I don't like the cartoons mostly today.
Star Wars Rebels is the best Star Wars thing literally since the original 3 movies.
Well, I'm not just talking, okay, Star Wars Rebels, but when I turn on, my niece comes over, we're watching fucking cartoons. I'm like, what is this shit? Why is there this little fucking kid running around? I can't find shit. You know,
what's the kid's name?
Monkey. What the fuck? There's no plot line. No, it's like,
Oh, you talking about Dora?
whatever, fucking all these goddamn
like the
shows, and then
kid
moral of
shows. I'll give you that. I don't think the kid shows are. Well, some of them are because there's like Phineas and Ferb and Gravity Falls. There's.
I don't
there's
consider
some,
those
but
kid shows though.
they're borderline.
They're all ages, but they're designed. They're clearly aimed at kids.
Well,
But
yeah.
and some of them was like the fish ones. What is
The fish
the
ones?
fucking the guppies?
Oh,
There's,
bubble guppies.
but that's retarded.
Yeah, I know. I've sat through that.
Yeah,
But there were retarded like kid shows when we were kids too. They were
but
just
not
a
like
few
this. These actually make your children more stupid.
That's not true.
There's an entire episode
there
on.
were retarded
I think
shows when we were kids too. Like
what?
we just don't. We
Name
just
one.
don't remember them because like we remember the standouts.
Oh, I can remember all of them. Monchi-Chi's shirt tags.
Shirt tails,
you
by
name-
the way.
Or shirt tails. Shirt tags with the little animals with the tags sticking out. Do you remember those?
Next
No, I
time
don't
you
remember
talk to your parents, ask them if there was anything they used to watch when you were little that drove them fucking nuts.
My parents never watched TV with me ever.
They never
Never
like
did.
asked you watching. Okay,
No, man, they
well,
were too busy going out to kill things.
When I watched TV, I was in front of the TV. That was it. There was nobody else in the room. And the only time my parents sat down to watch TV was around 7:30.
For the news?
For the if they got there early enough, they watched the news. Then there would be it could be carryover from news or Jeopardy, and then it was on for a couple hours, and then they went to bed. That was
Do
it.
y'all remember that? I'm sure y'all will. That cartoon that was a spinoff of Scooby Doo, where the guy turns into a fucking dune buggy.
Yes.
Yes, yes, I do.
I cannot remember the name of that shit to save my
That
life.
wasn't Auto Teen, was it?
No. It was also a spin. It was also like it was a Hanna-Barbera thing because
Yeah, it was Hanna-Barbera.
Because it was also like one of the characters in it was like Shaggy's cousin or some shit.
Right.
Yeah. And
then there was-
every now and then they would have like Grape
Speed
Ape,
Buggy. That was what it was
Speed
called.
Buggy. That's it. Yeah, it would have like Grape Ape or whatever the fuck is
And then there was the one with the
McGill
shark
gorilla.
who sounded like fucking
Jabberjaws.
Jabberjaw was awesome.
It wasn't awesome.
Dude, that
That
show
an
was
awesome show because
incredible.
Jabberjaw was the drummer of a band.
Yes. I love that show, dude. I used to watch Jabberjaw all the time.
Jabba 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 jabba.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
man.
do all remember all those crazy ass cartoons. And that was along with like the Pink Panther.
Mhm.
He was in there, involved in that
Killer
shit.
Gorilla. Let's see, all this.
Huckleberry Hound.
Let's see it this way. I'll bet your parents felt the same way about those cartoons as you feel about whatever.
No.
And again, there's some fairly imaginative ones. There's one that I was watching kind of the other day. I'm not into it, but it was called like Star versus the Forces of Evil. And it looked kind of stupid. And then I watched it and I was like, no, this is actually pretty good.
So it was just a bad title then.
No, it's fitting because they're doing kind of the same sort of absurdist shit on kids' cartoons that they're doing for the adult cartoons now. Like if you go watch Adult Swim, that shit is fucking bizarre.
Oh yeah.
Adult Swim
Like
is
there's
weird,
some
yeah.
there's some really good ones, but a lot of them are just like I don't know what the fuck is going on. I mean, I know y'all are into Aqua Teen Hunger Force, but I've watched that and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to be into here.
I don't understand a lot of times like between Hunger Force. I don't get it. I used to like Eon Flux.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
But
Yeah, but I never felt like there was a narrative to that. Like
No, it was
I
just
like
a
the
chick shooting
animation
people.
style, but I was just I didn't really know what was going on with that either.
but the movie when it came out really helped.
Oh, I bet. I heard it
I-
was a big piece of shit.
No, but I mean, it helped with the story of understanding the rest of that cartoon.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. All right.
Was it a French cartoon?
I think it was French.
Think so.
French anime. French May.
French me? No.
I think we have a certain perspective, but I really think I don't think television's gotten worse since then. I think it's just as good. There's more choices, which depending on your perspective is either good or bad. I think it's good. I think I can
like
remember
choices.
being a little kid and being stuck watching shows I didn't want to watch on the weekends because there was nothing else on, and now everything's at my disposal. I can watch just about anything.
Well, here's the fun thing: we were outside more.
I was a fat kid. I wanted to watch.
I mean, if there was nothing on TV, I was outside. I'm like, fuck it, I'm going outside.
Well, Rum, you grew up like in an area where
I was on the farm.
like there was barely an inside where you grew up. Like
Yeah, there was. You could see through the walls of my house.
it
Hey,
was a little different.
we were talking about cartoons and stuff. I kind of I thought about this the other day, and I brought it up. It was like, Yogi Bear and Winnie the Pooh are kind of like a ripoff of each other.
Well, how?
How? Okay.
Well, considering Winnie the Pooh was a book from the 1920s or something like that.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, it's like I don't know which one came first. I didn't know. I'm just saying.
Winnie the Pooh absolutely came before Yogi Bear.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying it's kind of like a ripoff of that because Winnie the Pooh always chases after the honey. Yogi Bear always goes after the picnic basket. They both have little bitty, sidekicks. One's a pig though, and the other one's a bear. You know what I'm saying? It's
No.
It's kind of like a weird take from each other.
No.
Yes.
No.
Why? Why is it not?
That is the most specious of connections I've ever heard in my
Oh,
life.
now you're a speciest.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Speciest. I'm a racist because Asian people are Asian.
Right.
No, the reason that Yogi Bear eats picnic baskets is because he's a bear and he's hungry.
I get that. Why? I'm just telling you, it's the same fucking
technically,
difference.
Pooh wants honey because he likes honey.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, because they're both animals in theory and they want to eat. Although Pooh Bear is a figment of Christopher Robin's imagination.
Correct.
Yogi Bear is not
He's
figment
not.
of the park ranger's
I'm
imagination.
just letting you know, Yogi
Two
Bear's
points I
not
want to
real.
make out here, though, Adam.
God.
They're both figments of imagination because they're cartoons.
Thank you. That's what I just said. I said they're both. Neither one of them are real.
And the other one is they're both bears.
Yeah. See.
Well, no, because Winnie the Pooh is a stuffed animal in the
But
story.
he's a bear.
Oh, but now. But you just said a minute ago that they were both animals.
They're animals.
He is a stuffed animal.
That wants to eat honey. My stuffed animals don't eat honey.
Hey Wayne, the honey's imaginary too.
No, it's not. It's real life.
It's all Christopher Robin's imagination.
I
He's
think
bringing-
the honey is
bringing the animals to life.
towards sex.
See. Yep. That's it.
Now, if you think of the honey,
It's
and
lube.
it's sex. No, not lube. It's just,
Oh,
it's just-
okay.
they're just talking about sex because I want the honey.
This is why we're not in the top 20.
No, it's not.
I don't know. I just thought it was a good point. Either way, good points both sides. There you go. Bet you weren't going to hear that on any of the top 10.
That's right. That's right.
But other than that, anybody else got anything?
No.
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 No, I'm sick. I'm ready to go cook some dinner. so.
I need to take some medicine as well.
I'm going to go drink some wine. Woohoo!
All right. Sound like you had a bottle already. But anyway, why don't you close us out there, Rum, since you opened it?
All right! I want to thank everybody for listening. Let me say, I want to say thanks to my two co-hosts too. They're always awesome. And I would like you two to sound off. So go.
I was Wayne.
I don't think Rum should ever do this.
I was Wayne. Thank you.
I'm Adam.
And I am Captain Planet.
You're not done.
Keep it.
Really?
Well, you're already bad-mouthing me, so why not keep going?
Keep it metal.
That's not my ending. That's Wayne's ending.
What's your ending, man? What's your?
I don't want. I'm mad now. I don't want to do my ending.
Oh, you're always mad. Do your ending.
I don't want to do it.
Come on, let these poor people want.
do it.
These people want to hear your ending.
I don't want to do it.
I guess that's the end.
Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody.
Okay then. That's it. Get the fuck